Good morning. It's Friday, March 6th, so it must be time for another update from your North Carolina Medical Society. Thanks for coming back, special guest.
It's good to be back.
Let's talk a little bit about elections.
Yeah.
Because the campaign ads have finally slowed down a little bit.
For a week or two.
Yeah, a week or two. And then we're gearing back up for November. So let's talk a little bit about some of the races that we were following.
Yeah, we had a couple of big ones, right? I know Sue Ann had talked to you about physicians and PAs that were in elections. So let's start out west. So Mark Hollow, former House member in Senate District 42, which is Catawba and Alexander County, running now, instead of for the House, running for the Senate.
Mm-hmm. So
and,
former legislator.
Yeah, former legislator, PA, member of the Medical Society, and that one went back and forth all night long.
Yeah,
oh,
that
wow.
was one of the ones that Chip and I were texting back and forth on the edge of our seats.
Yeah.
And it kind of depended on which precincts were being reported.
Right.
So that was back and forth all night.
Yeah, it was 49-51 just over and over and over, and then finally right there at the end when those downtown Hickory precincts reported, it went 53-47, and unfortunately Mark lost. So we're sad about that, but we're appreciative that he made a go of it.
Right.
You know, that we've got members that are willing to serve and come back because it's so important to have their voices down there.
Yeah. Next,
Yeah.
Dr. Kristen Baker in
Yes.
Cabarrus County won big.
Yes. Brand new physician going into politics, Moorhead scholar, psychiatrist from down in Cabarrus County, 15 precincts. She cleared the deck. She won all 15. A three-way race. She won it handily. So she will have a general election. There is a Democratic challenger there. But we think that's one of those races where she has a really good chance of winning.
And this is a redrawn district, important to point out, so it is different from the incumbent district that has been kind of a solid R-leaning seat for a while, but it is a little bit of a different makeup this year, so certainly a race that we'll be watching closely.
That's right. And a great example of a physician that wanted to serve and kind of waited for the right moment, because this is former Representative Linda Johnson's seat, who we lost recently, but before that she had already announced that she was not going to be rerunning. And so this was an open seat and kind of that opportunity that Dr. Baker saw to kind of jump in and try to serve the state. Yep. So then coming on east. Yep. We've got some other physician legislators that are going to be coming up in the general election that did not have primaries. We've got Dr. Phil Stover running in the House for the first time down in Franklin County.
And Nash
County.
Nash,
That's right. So he didn't have a primary, but he's a family doctor, has a family physician or a family practice and pain clinic, and will be running the general election. And then, of course, our only physician in the House right now,
Dr. Perrin Jones, anesthesiologist from Greenville, North Carolina, who's in Dr. Murphy's old seat. But again, this seat is also a redraw seat, and important to point out the Dr. Stover seat is a vacated kind of new draw as well.
Right.
So both of those are newly drawn, interesting. We have data to go off of, but not in those exact lines in the way in which they were drawn. So
that's right.
Definitely districts that we'll be following very closely coming in November.
And I did forget to go all the way west. Yeah, sorry about that. Dr. Sarah Crawford, who is running against House member Kevin Corbin for the new Senate seat out there, she lost her bid for the primary, so she won't be going forward.
And she was a radiologist by training.
Yeah. So overall, really good. I mean, in years past, we've sat here and we've reported no physicians or no PAs, no members, or only one. Yeah, so the fact that we could potentially have 2 or 3 members in the North Carolina General Assembly, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Very exciting.
Yeah. So lots to do between now and November, and more for you to report back and keep everybody engaged between now and November 3rd.
It's coming shortly. And
That's
short
right.
session is coming too. Let's not forget that is time's a ticking. So April 28th, we're going back into session, so we may see some more movement there.
That's right. And between now and then, we're having multiple meetings. I know you reported a few weeks back on oversight meetings, and it's already time again.
Time for another joint legislative oversight committee meeting, both on the general oversight for health and human services as well as the Medicaid. So that will happen next Tuesday. So please, if you want to follow us on Twitter, that's a great way, but it'll be in morning rounds, and we'll definitely have a blog post on the content covered in both of those meetings.
Yeah. And we know they'll be talking about the coronavirus, COVID-19. Everybody's talking about that on a daily basis, and everybody seems to have a task force around this and doing something. I think what's really important and what we keep emphasizing is that you need to be prepared. You need to be watching and listening. This is changing on a regular basis. But the biggest thing you can do is not buy masks, as you've heard from many different places, or stay away from everybody. It's really just wash your hands. Right.
Yeah. We're very close.
We are right now. But yeah, just wash your hands and wash your areas, keep things clean, and be vigilant about what's going on. If you do feel sick, or if anybody at your workplace feels sick, send them home.
But also making sure that you're reporting to proper authorities for any patients that may have coronavirus or who need to be tested for coronavirus.
That's right. And the CDC's webpage is growing every single day. It is amazing, the resources they're putting out there, both to dispel the rumors as well as to give really good data about what to do next and how the virus is changing, and identification is growing. So
it's a great place to point your patients to as well for hand washing guidelines and that type of thing too.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Survey. Sunday survey. So we had our first survey on access that you all participated in last Sunday. So this upcoming Sunday, we're going to have a new survey for you to participate in. One question with 4 or 5 different answer choices focusing on insurance. So last week was access, and this week will be insurance. So hope you will participate in that.
Yeah, and this is just really great. Your participation is fantastic. So we only sent it to members. We had over 170 responses. We only asked one question, so this doesn't take a long time. But the thoughtful responses that you gave us in the second question blank, just the open space, that's just been fantastic to go back and read, not only to affirm one of those 5 choices maybe that you wrote, but then to give us ideas about things or to give us feedback on stuff that wasn't even there. Has been just absolutely wonderful. So we really appreciate you doing that. We hope you will keep that up.
Yeah,
we've got 4 more coming out, and every one of these is being used for the staff to be better educated, the board to be better educated, but most importantly for the legislative cabinet to use your direct feedback on setting both short session goals for April and long session goals next January.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you very much. I hope you have a great weekend.